So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and wow, the more I think about it, I need to straight up just do like actual videos like Nick Nobody does, because you may remember Nick Nobody was the guy we first talked about when I first talked about Daniel Larson, as well as World of T-shirts. Now we are moving on to Andrew Ditch. And just looking at the title of it, Faking Autism and Diaper Degeneracy, I almost half expect this is going to be like, it looks like something between White Bowser and Pamper Chew. And bear in mind, I know of Pamper Chew. I don't know anything about him outside of, collecting diapers or something like that. I don't know why or who would do that, but let's pretend as though that's slightly normal, I suppose. But let's now get into Andrew Ditch, and oh boy, this I could feel how awkward this is gonna get. So here we go.
If you want me to eat poop, I need you to subscribe to my channel, get me 1 million subscribers plus for you guys. And you guys love poop, and you guys love piss, and you guys love arguments, you guys love drama. Well, I got that for you. If you want that, I'll do that for you.
I feel okay, I think that's just about summed it all up. And well, I hope all of you guys have enjoyed this. Okay, I don't want to necessarily say that's like everything I need to know about this guy already. Is that this is one of those people who thinks that if you sacrifice your dignity, you will buy it back eventually. No, the second you sacrifice your dignity for something, it's very rare for some people to actually ever get it back, because you'll be stamped with that kind of infamy when you straight up say you will eat somebody's shit if you get to 1 million subscribers. We know this won't happen, but considering that if that some people will do anything for that sort of recognition, then, well, there it is.
When it comes to crazy and disgusting individuals online, Andrew Ditch is argued to be one of the worst in this category. Aptly nicknamed the Poop Squatch, Andy Ditch is a nearly 40-year-old man that fakes autism, has an affinity for wearing diapers, an obsession with feces, and is an absolute nightmare to the family that he lives with.
And I think I'm pooping myself, damn it. I'm pooping myself. I'm breathing. I'm gonna break this so I don't have this. I can't want to live anymore because you're pulling me.
He freaking threw me.
You're pulling me. Please let me throw it out. It's my shit.
You're having a temper
Please,
tantrum, Andy.
I want
this
to
is
throw
not
it
even
out. I
acceptable
don't
behavior.
want to have autism anymore.
Oh, well.
I'm tired of it, Dad. You keep promising me. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ouch. Ouch.
I'm just going to say this, ladies and gentlemen, and forgive me if this sounds very controversial, but if Andrew Ditch really does have autism, well, I wouldn't be surprised. But if he doesn't have autism, I'm just going to say, I hope this one day this man literally slips on his shit and he lands face first in the toilet and this fucker drowns. Because I am not joking, ladies and gentlemen, if this guy must be an absolute nightmare to like even be 400 meters away from this guy. Like, oh God, would I get in trouble for saying something like that? Because I'm not entirely convinced that this is even the tip of the iceberg. This is the clouds as far as we're concerned.
Fuck! I want to get my sneakers, Dad, so I can go run away. Please, I want to get my sneakers since you fucking called me a fucking fake! And you hurt me!
Andrew is one of the more insane lolcows on the internet and has done things no other person we've covered before has, like trying to murder his entire family by overdosing their coffee and food with laxatives and Epsom salt.
A man from the city of Tonawanda faces 3 felony charges accused of spiking the food of several of his family members. Police say 34-year-old Andrew Ditch put Epsom salts and laxatives in the food and the water reservoir of the family's coffee machine.
Yes, that is 100% a real thing that happened. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. This is the story of Andy Ditch, the autism-faking poop squatch. Andrew Ditch was born on June 7, 1985, making him a 39-year-old man. The early life of the poop squatch was troubling to say the least. When Andrew was a child, he was diagnosed with PTSD and was hospitalized on multiple occasions for attacking his family members. And one of these attacks was an alleged antifreeze poisoning on his father Tom. That's right, even as a child, Andrew had an affinity for trying to poison his family members. At one point, Andy would get a job at McDonald's as a Ronald McDonald performer. While riding his bike to work one day, he would be hit by a car and left in the street with some serious injuries. This is a short video of Andrew's father Tom describing the accident.
And he's riding his bike on Hines over by the apartment and Fletcher. And we got a phone call. We're sitting down to eat dinner. Come and see your son if you want, because otherwise he's going to be dead. He's laying in the middle of the street. So we raced out, got in the car, went over there, and he's laying in the middle of the street. He got hit by a vehicle, hit and run, and he's laying there, you know, his face is all mashed up and everything. And we had to call the police and the ambulance, get him to the hospital, all 9 yards. And they said, well, other than the lesions, bleeding, and probably a concussion, he should be okay. And ever since, we've always questioned whether or not he had brain damage. Get this, Andy used to drive. And he used to have his own computer business in our house. And he was high rated with the Better Business Bureau. And he was an amateur weather meteorologist. And he locates storms at the airport and all these other things. And all that stuff, and all the stuff he was interested in, and he loved the sabres. Lost interest. Can't do it. Can't function. No more.
Now, in that video, his dad mentions the fact that at one point, Andy had the ability to drive and live on his own. He even says Andy would start running his own computer company that was called A Best PCs. And this is true. Andrew posted videos on YouTube that demonstrated his knowledge about computers, and it's in these videos you can hear him speak normally.
I'm Andrew from A-Best PCs here. I'm going to show you how to hook up a wireless network into an existing single connection computer internet connection. So what you're going to need is a wireless modem, a cable modem or DSL modem, something like this here. This here happens to be a Motorola Surfboard SB6141, which is a DOCSIS 3 cable modem that can support up to speeds up to 300 megabits per second download. Then you're going to need a wireless router, something similar to this here. Some routers you won't have to install antennas, some you do.
Andy was also an amateur weather reporter according to his dad, and he would even chase storms apparently too. And I can't stress this enough. All of this was after the hit-and-run accident. Andrew wouldn't regress into the degenerate, poop-obsessed nightmare he is now until he couldn't make it on his own and had to move back home with his family. Now, I know his dad Tom questions whether the hit-and-run accident has something to do with what happened to Andy. And I also know it can take years for a brain injury to develop after an accident, so this could be possible. But I truly think Andrew Ditch is just a lazy, ignorant, and vindictive person with an incredibly disgusting fetish that he actively tries to force his family into participating with. Another popular opinion is that Andrew has Munchausen syndrome. Munchausen syndrome is a mental health disorder where you falsify, exaggerate, or induce physical, emotional, or cognitive disorders. And by the end of this video, it's
just like, I don't even know where we're meant to begin with just how much we've had to like take on board, but maybe does having Munchausen disorder happen if you have an accident of that description, or I'm not entirely sure. It's fascinating about if you can, but I'm again. Wait, can we just again remind ourselves of he tried to poison his own family? Are you kidding me? I know I it's taken me a bit of a while to say that, but that's like really dark. I don't even know how is he in jail or not?
It's likely you will subscribe to one of these three ideas. Once Andrew returned home with his family, this is when he began to start faking his disabilities. You see, Andy's whole MO is to claim his family is mistreating and abusing him. He will film his interactions with his dysfunctional family, and then he will upload these videos to YouTube as evidence of abuse to try and garner sympathy from anyone who will come across his channel. Here's a time Andrew tried to throw out his medications and diapers. His brother Joe and dad tried to stop Andy from doing so, and this is what ensued.
I want to throw out my diapers. I don't want help anymore because he said I used to do all this shit. So please throw it away. Why are you forcing me to have
Obvious,
those
Joe, a
things?
lot of it was destroyed.
Yeah, I destroyed my medicines.
He
He
opened
said I
them up
don't
and
need
threw
them.
them
I
out.
don't need help.
So good.
I don't need your
It
help.
makes it
you
easy
said.
for me to get it out.
You said that I don't need help. I used to do this stuff on myself.
What are you going to disturb the
I'm
neighbors?
disturbing you.
Because
I'm
if you're
recording,
misbehaving,
Joe.
yeah, Andy, I'm recording too. Crap.
Yeah, well, I want that thrown away. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't have autism. I fucking fake.
Good.
Can you please let me throw it out? It's my shit.
You're having a temper
Please,
tantrum, Andy.
I want
This
to
is
throw
not
it
an
out. I
acceptable
don't
behavior.
want to have autism anymore.
Oh, well.
Please. I don't want diapers anymore. Please. You're forcing me to do something I don't want because you're
Andy,
hurting me.
This it would only be slightly more interesting if this was like the voice in Andrew's head screaming, "I don't want this anymore. Andrew, what are you doing? You know this is not right." But no, probably not.
Andy, if you wouldn't act like this, Andy, if you didn't act like this, we wouldn't have this problem.
I can do this shit. I'm calling the police.
Look, call him.
You're instigating me. And you're being allowed to do this to me. And I'm
No,
asking
we're
you
not
to
allowed to-
please
you're not
throw
allowed
it
to do
out.
You're right.
I don't want it anymore.
Well, you don't have a choice in the matter when you misbehave like
I
this.
don't want
we have
them
to do what we
anymore.
have to do.
Please. It's my stuff. Please.
If you say you want
You
this
say I
gone,
don't
then why are
need
you
it.
screaming about
Please.
it?
And please, you're so out of control, it's not even funny. Unacceptably behaved.
The reality of these situations couldn't be further from the truth. Nobody is abusing Andrew. The truth is, Andy wants his elderly parents to be his full-time caretaker. That's right. He wants his dad that is rarely ever seen without a back brace on, and his mom that is on oxygen and in worse shape than his dad, to wait on him hand and foot. And because Andy's parents refuse to do this, he sees that as abuse. Andrew is so serious about trying to make his parents his caretaker that he has even tried taking them to court to make them legally required to change his diapers. Not kidding, he actually tried to do this. Andrew has an obsession with diapers and poop. This is the reason he has earned himself the nickname the Poop Squatch. It has been discovered Andy has accounts on diaper fetish websites and openly talks about how he likes the feeling of
course,
poop
that's
in
such
his
a thing.
hands. Here is a conversation Andy recorded himself and posted online telling his dad how he likes poop and
All in favor of skipping it. Oh no, I don't really want to hear it. It's occasions like this where I wish this was going out live because I would consult with you guys, all in favor of skipping, but no.
and how he even likes their family's dog's poop.
You're talking about the poo smear? I started to realize, oh shit, I got poo in my hand. I have to throw my poopy diaper out because they refuse to help me. I mean,
And
diapers and medicine and
This shows
food.
how sick you really are, because normal people, especially your age, would not even attempt to do that. I hate the thought
Dad-
of doing something like that.
Dad,
I mean, it makes
I'm not gonna lie, I always did like to feel poo in my hand.
That's not
It's a
normal.
smell I have trouble with.
Stop it.
It's a smell I have trouble
Well,
with.
thank God. All right, I gotta go.
Tucker's poo is pretty good feeling most of the
All
time.
right, I gotta go in so I can.
But no, that smells, and I don't like the smell.
I don't know what
But
time the truck is.
for stupid me picking up Play-Doh, no, it's not Play-Doh. That's
All right,
gross.
just get your stuff.
You're gonna tell me having autism is sick, right?
No. What you're doing is sick. It's not right. And don't even smile about it. Get that spit off.
I am not sick.
It's disgusting.
Okay, you know what? There goes my autism thing.
No.
I'm laughing
You
at.
used to do that before.
I'm not.
Imagine birthing and raising such a disgusting creature. Andrew has also pooped himself on camera, and this incident is one of his most infamous moments.
Gotta try and relax. And I think I'm pooping myself, damn it. I'm pooping myself. I didn't even know I was recording this.
And these are just a couple reasons why Andy has been nicknamed the Poop Squatch. There are plenty of other reasons too, like the time Andy defecated inside his father's truck. Or the time Andy was staying in a hotel and decided to rub his poop all over the walls and windows of his room when he was upset. But I don't really think I need to expand much more on why Andy has earned his nickname though, because I think you get the point by now. As I stated earlier in the video, Andrew's main focus online is documenting his quote-unquote abuse. Because Andy's family refuses to entertain his insanity, it often leads to arguments inside the house. Andy's brother Joe has his own YouTube channel where he documents these freakouts. Joe really can't stand Andy, and he's the one that puts up with him the least. If there's one thing that sets off Andy more than anything else, it's being called out for faking his autism.
And this is going on YouTube, Andy.
I don't care. I don't want you to hurt me anymore. I'm gonna break this so I don't have it. I don't want to live anymore because you bullied me.
He freaking threw me.
You bullied me. You bullied me, and the cops allow you to do it to me.
Okay, go turn on living room light.
Can you go upstairs, please?
No.
I feel cornered.
No.
Turn on the living room light.
No.
Please, I want to be left alone. You.
Just in case it does something.
Dad, I want to be left alone. You're bullying me. Please, I want you to stop. I want to get my sneakers, Dad, so I can go run away. Please, I want to get my sneakers since you fucking called me a fucking fake. And you hurt me. I want to get my sneakers, please. I'm calling police as you're not allowing me to get my sneakers. I'm calling the police as you're not allowing me to get my sneakers.
So I can destroy and make more of
I'm
this?
running
I don't have anything
away.
better to do? And you don't?
You call me a fake, Dad.
Where's your sneakers?
I don't know. He's holding me hostage. I asked you to go upstairs.
Not holding nothing. You're
I
not telling me
asked you,
this
leave
is my
me
house.
alone.
I can do what I
You
want.
called me
You
a fake.
cannot tell me what to do,
You
Andy.
abused me, Dad, and I'm scared of you.
Good.
I mean, guys, is there a way we can, like, I don't know, maybe write to Andrew's parents? Because somebody's got to apologize to them. And I don't know whether Joe, his brother, or the parents are, like, watching this. Probably not, but I'm just going to say, for the record, if this was my brother and he acted like this, I would have just, I would have left a very long time ago. But guess what? My brother is not like this. Thank fuck my brother is not like this. Because, no, I could imagine just, and this is just what Andrew, like, what is he just like, I mean, it's got to be a lot more than just what goes on inside the house. I reckon in the outside world, people have been like, have got their own horror stories about Andrew. Because I'm not entirely convinced this level of narcissism is self-contained to just this household.
You're running out because you abused me. I'm scared to you that you abused me, Dad!
This is November 4th at 10:53 p.m. 2023.
10:53. So in other words, I don't even talk to him in the morning for the dog.
Yeah, he dumped the cranberry juice all the way. He dumped his cranberry juice down there into the dog food, destroying the dog food. That is destruction of property, I would say.
No, I know, and it's for our animals. He's abusing my animals.
So you can see there's remnants of the cranberry juice coming out, and it looks like it's leaking from the bottom of the dog bag onto the floor.
You want me to be bullied online. You abuse me mentally. And you want me to get hurt, Dad. You threw out my teddy bear because you say I don't need it. You called me a fucking fake. You ripped up my diapers and threw out my medicine because you won't
ripped up your diapers.
You won't follow the doctors. You call me a fake. I want to leave, please.
Walk that way.
Go out the back.
I want to go.
Go out that way.
Excuse me,
No,
please.
I'm here. I'm not going to be moving until I get done here. No.
I'm scared of you,
I don't
Dad.
care what you think you are.
I'm scared of you. You abuse me.
Now you might be wondering, Nick, how are you and everyone else so confident Andy doesn't have autism? This is because Andrew has literally posted a voice message from the Office of People with Developmental Disabilities detailing the fact that he doesn't have autism.
In February and March 2019, age 33, several psychiatric reports were completed by Trinity Medical, Western New York, PC, and Erie County Medical Center for Mr. Ditch, attachment 16. While some of these reports indicate that Mr. Ditch had an autism spectrum disorder, none of them reference any testing to support this diagnosis. The Erie County Medical Center noted in its March 7, 2019 report, SW APIC referral details. Per collateral, Andrew has an IQ of 80, central auditory processing disorder, and another processing disorder. He does not have autism.
And despite this being a known fact, Andrew still persists that he has autism and has done some heinous things to spite his family for not believing in him. One night, Andy overloaded his oil diffuser with essential oils and practically fumigated the house. Andrew's family was having trouble breathing, especially his mother, who I mentioned earlier is on oxygen. He refused to turn his diffuser off, and eventually the police were called, who are very familiar with Andy and his antics.
Jan called the police because when she came downstairs to try to eat, it was so strong that she had that heart problem and breathing problem. I had to put the oxygen on. I asked her to turn it off. He refuses to do that. This morning when we came back from papers, the same.
They could. Why has Andrew never been charged for aggravated assault? Because I would have done this, and I suppose. Actually, no, I don't. Why did the family not do this?
Same thing. Even Joe, you can ask him. He had to go upstairs. We couldn't stand it because we're trying to eat, and he can't eat when it smells so bad.
Now?
I have no idea. You'd have to ask him. He's videotaping us too.
Okay.
I don't have to. You're not. Is it court order?
We want to know if we can press charges because this is our home and it's bothering our breathing.
You didn't ask me to turn it off.
Could you stop shining that light in my face?
I can. Is that order or is that a violation? You're gonna arrest me for having my light on camera?
No, I'm asking you as a matter of human decency if you could stop shining a bright.
Well, I did nothing wrong except for just trying to sit here, relax, and trying to do good,
Well,
and
you're not
I'm
giving me
being
a chance to
not
talk to you.
allowed to have something that helps me
You're not
relax.
giving me a chance to talk to you. All right?
You know what? You know how I also think that Andrew. Another thing that could be. Andrew's never once. How often has the family ever had welfare checks? In the case of Andrew's mother, or for his father's problems with his back and, well, Andrew's shenanigans. I mean, I don't know whether it's just as a result of the budget and if it's standard police procedure that they have to do this if they believe there is a problem, but Andrew is very seriously a problem.
Can you stop shining a light in my face, please?
I have a legal right.
You have a legal right, you do, but I'm asking you, can you please stop?
I want a lawyer. Any further communication?
For what? I'm not asking.
I have a legal right to have a lawyer.
Incriminating questions.
I have a legal right to a lawyer.
Okay. Well,
have a nice day.
Your parents have a legal right to not breathe in fumes in their own house. Okay. So I'm asking you to shut the oil diffuser off.
It's for my coping skills. And I don't have to answer to you unless it's a court order for it.
Oh
Andy,
my god.
Can you please not?
If there's a court order, is that a request or is it an
It doesn't
order?
have to be a court order. Why do you...
You know what? I'll just say this. I give props to this police officer. He is trying every single thing in his power to remain as calm as possible. He doesn't want to have to turn Andrew in. To be honest, I don't really feel like any police officer in this position would want to actually arrest Andrew. But Andrew is... This attitude is getting him absolutely nowhere. I know that and you know that.
You have to talk like this all the time.
Is that a request or is that a court order for me not having my oil diffuser that helps me relax?
You don't have to... You don't need that. Your parents have... Your mother's on oxygen. It's bothering her, okay?
And I would have turned it off.
Your mother is on oxygen and has been hospitalized several times due to breathing problems.
Yeah.
And she calls to complain because this aggravates her breathing
And she didn't even
problems.
tell me to turn it off. I was on the phone with Craig Services.
You know what? I'm asking you to shut it off.
Get a court order, then I'll do it.
No, I'm not getting a court order. I'm asking you to shut it off, or I'll shut it off.
Shut it off.
Okay.
And if you touch it, you violate my privacy.
It's bothering your parents. This is their house.
Okay, you're violating my privacy if you touch it.
Violating your privacy. How?
Because it's my property.
So, this is your parents' house.
Tell my dad to get my as my representative payee to get my apartment done.
You don't have any money. Spend it all.
What do you spend it on?
Junk.
What's
Other
that?
than his diapers.
Amazon.
He spent all kinds of stuff on Amazon.
What are you buying on Amazon?
Didn't have to answer anything, Miss Annie didn't have any problems with this.
I knew I had it in there. It was scary.
All right. Well, I'll call my lieutenant and see if this fits harassment charges, and if
I'm not doing it, to cause anyone to get.
all because your oil diffuser's on. Okay?
I'm not.
And while all this is going on, by the way, the diffuser is still on, and Andrew's mom could be like struggling to breathe as far as we know. And this is just Andrew sits there as though he couldn't give a shit. Fuck me, I hate this guy.
I'm not doing it to cause any intent, to cause anybody
it's
harm.
bothering them. It doesn't matter.
And you don't
You know
have.
what? Since I walked in the store, you refuse to talk to me like an adult.
Because I don't appreciate you how you treat me. Okay. You're discriminating against my disability.
That's fine. You can go to jail then. Okay, that's fine.
Arrest me. Throw me in jail.
If I can.
Throw me in jail for something, Andy.
See if I can.
Arrest me for something for I'm trying to do something to calm me down.
Do you want to be quiet? Because you know what? I asked you man to man if you would just turn it down, and you refused. So this is what happens. Okay?
Arrest
you
me.
come in here and you shine a light.
Arrest me.
That's what
Arrest
I'm calling
me.
to do.
Because Andy's using.
Bear in mind as well, if Andrew is recording this with subsequent abuse, it's very difficult for anyone watching this to wonder why are we supposed to feel anything for Andrew at this point? I mean, even if people were to believe that Andrew was being abused by his family before, what is going to convince people in thinking that this is abuse? This for anyone else would have been the turning point, but here this just cements what an absolute shit Andrew Ditch is.
That to calm myself down, and you're not allowing me my coping skill, which is a discrimination-based arrest. Make sure your lieutenant knows that one.
And bear in mind as well, ladies and gentlemen, I know quite a few people who've had bad accidents and they've had brain damage, and guess what? They don't turn into people like Andrew Ditch. And that's I know you guys didn't need to be told that, by the way. I'm just putting it out there because how long does this part go on for, by the way? This seems like it goes on for, oh god, it's another 2 minutes.
You're denying me something that I had no problem using all along.
He's refusing to shut this oil diffuser off.
Because it's my coping skill. You can't just deny somebody right to help them relax.
It's bothering Mom. She's on oxygen. She's sitting at the table.
And she didn't even ask me to do it. She just unplugged it. I was on the phone with a recorded phone call.
She's on one of those oil diffuser things. I could smell it through the door. It's ridiculous.
And it relaxes me. You're gonna yell at me for putting 1 drop of 2 oils in there? Fine, arrest me for it. For my disability again.
It's bothering me. I mean, I could smell it through the door. It's like eucalyptus or something like that.
Before coming down.
He's asked him to shut it off, and he's not doing it. He's just being defiant as usual. He's shining his light on his phone. I tried being nice to him. He won't have it. He's refusing to.
Because it relaxes me. If you can't help me relax, then what am I gonna do?
Arrested?
Yeah.
You'll sign charges against him?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Good, arrest me. And I'll have it for my disability.
Okay, sounds good. Alright. Bye-bye. Okay, you can go to jail then.
For what?
For harassment.
For harassment for something that's using it for my disability?
Yeah, because you're being unruly. This is ridiculous.
How is it unruly?
I'm not going to argue with you. I don't have to. Get your lawyer to talk to me.
He doesn't have one anymore. He quit.
Yeah. I believe it. I know.
So I'm not allowed to have something to help me relax for my disability?
You'll have to sign harassment charges against him,
Yes.
right? Okay, good enough. We'll get that order of protection back in place, too.
So I can't have something to help me relax? Seriously?
You have reached
I asked
service
to have it for my... Has ever happened?
transfer your call.
I'm calling my lawyer.
Stand up and put your hands behind your back.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Stand up and put your hands behind your back.
Hurting me?
Charged with resisting
I
arrest.
didn't do anything. Stand up! Right now! Hurting me!
Yes.
Stand up.
Hurting me!
Stand up.
You know, I'm gonna listen to that again. That is the sound of a. You know what? I know police officers get a lot of flack because of negative press and abuse of power, but this guy, props to this guy for just he didn't want to do this. His family probably didn't want it to come to this, but Andrew has no one to blame but himself. Good on this officer. And good for this. This restores the dignity for a lot of the police, in my opinion. Well, a lot of them, because a lot of there are dozens of very brave and honourable people who work to maintain the law and order in the world. Not all of them, but there are people like this guy.
I'm calling my lawyer.
Stand up and put your hands behind your back.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Stand up and put your hands behind your back.
Hurting me?
Charged with resisting arrest.
I didn't do anything. Stand up! Right now! Hurting me!
Stand up.
Hurting me!
Stand up.
You're abusing me!
Well, that's what happened.
I want to die because you don't want to help me!
Put your hands.
I want to fucking die first!
You put your hands behind your
You're
back.
gonna shoot me! You're gonna shoot me! You're gonna
Crisis Services, this is Haley. How can I help you?
for relaxing!
Crisis Services, this is Haley. How can I help you?
I need that for help me relax!
Hello? I can't hear what you're
Help me
saying.
relax!
Well, this is what happened.
Hello?
I asked you to shut it off.
I
You wouldn't do
need
it.
that to relax me!
Hello? There seems to be a problem with our connection. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911 or give us a call back. Crisis Services, 24
I did
hours.
nothing wrong! I did nothing wrong other than to help me relax! And now my head hurts because of you! You hurt my head!
You want to be pepper sprayed?
I did nothing wrong!
Right now.
I did nothing wrong!
Behind your back.
I did nothing wrong! I did nothing wrong!
Services, how can I help?
I did nothing wrong! The police are arresting.
funny story. I know we're gonna like just take a small break from this 1 second, but I remember about like 6 years ago, it was like Christmas Eve, and somebody was getting arrested outside One Stop, not too far away from where I live. And he kept saying, "I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong." Anyway, he was sat at the back of the police car. The police officer basically got to the back and told him basically to shut the fuck up because they found drugs hanging out of his backside, the stupid dickhead. And he basically didn't say anything at all after that. Never do anything by halves, the police, I'll say that much.
Send me for my oil diffuser, my thing to help me relax. I want to die, please. I want to die because any can't have relaxation stuff to help me relax. I'm being discriminated against Officer Bentley.
Also, by the way, thank you so much, Officer Bentley, for putting this guy fat fuck in his place. But I know I was trying to sound like almost like a 57-year-old eccentric, though this guy was like mid-20s. I'm sorry if you got confused by my I did nothing wrong. No, he didn't sound like that. Just for you all to know.
I want to die. I'm not good enough to have my oil diffuser to things help me relax. And my head hurts. What?
I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm being arrested for my oil diffuser.
Okay, why are you being arrested right now?
For my oil diffuser. Officer Stephen Bentley's arresting me for my oil diffuser.
He's refusing to put his hands behind his back, so now he's going to be charged with resisting.
I didn't do anything other than have an oil diffuser on. Ma'am, I didn't have anything besides my oil diffuser on.
Are the police there now?
Yeah, Officer Stephen Bentley's trying to arrest me for my oil diffuser.
Why don't you speak with the officers that are there?
Because he's arresting me for my oil diffuser.
Okay.
He's arresting me for my oil diffuser. He's arresting me for my oil diffuser. I don't want to. You're abusing me. 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 Yeah, I don't have to. You're abusing me. You're abusing me. I didn't do anything.
How someone can do this to their elderly mom is beyond me. However, it's very apparent Andy has a very clear disdain for his mother in particular, and I believe this is because she actually does require help and care unlike Andy, and so when she receives assistance from Andy's dad or brother, he feels personally slighted because that is help he should be receiving. On multiple occasions, Andrew's mother had fallen and couldn't get up.
I know, Andrew Ditch doesn't need help, he needs sectioning, that's what he needs. Castrate him, that will do him the world of good. Let him know what castrate him without anesthetics. Then he'll know what being abused feels like.
Instead of helping her, Andy decided to just film her struggling on the floor, not even offering an ounce of sympathy or care.
You fell on the floor.
He did not.
Why are you on the floor?
I like the dog.
How did you fall? Why did you fall when you were sitting on the toilet?
I got off the toilet.
And you can't get up, and you couldn't call anyone.
I did.
Okay, Google, broadcast. Dad, Mom is on the floor. She fell right off the toilet. She's on the dog's bed.
Alright, broadcasting now.
Now you know why, Mom, we wanted you to use the toilet in the bathroom and not the porta potty?
I would have fallen right into the bathtub then.
Because you need to get more stronger?
And I got hurt if I fell in the bathtub.
Mom's on the floor, Joe.
They call him Demolition D.
Okay, Google, turn on bedroom light.
Sure, turning the bedroom on.
Mom, how did you fall when you were right by the toilet?
I got dizzy and I fell.
Okay, you got dizzy and you fell.
Yes.
Did you lose?
I know this is probably a bad time to mention it, but are these guys hoarders as well? Why the house looks like a hurricane went through this place. But I suppose that's the last of my concerns. I suppose at this point. Help your fucking mother up, Andrew, you piece of shit.
Is it sugar?
I hope not.
Why were you sitting on the toilet for 2 hours?
I was doing a puzzle.
For 2 hours sitting on the toilet? Did you poop or anything?
No.
You were just
What are you
peeing. You were
doing?
sitting there. She just fell off the chair, Dad. She wasn't even bending over.
Chair.
Yeah, you were sitting on the chair.
If she said no, then it's no, Andy.
Dad, why is the chair backwards like it is then?
Try to hang on to it to catch your fall.
No, Dad, I was watching her.
Hurt herself or break her goddamn jaw.
I was watching her. She was sitting on the chair and she fell off of it. Leaning over.
I'll get you the fucking walker just a minute. Let me get this shit thing out of the fucking way. Right when it's ready to eat, everything's gonna get cold.
Dad, she's leaning off the chair and she's going to bend over.
She does a lot of things. That's why I say you gotta watch her.
She's like Grandma.
Andy, please.
You were...
Now you know what kind of job I got.
Well, Mom, you don't do anything.
I probably wouldn't be alive right now if I spoke about my mom like that. And my mom is not even my mom is not violent in any way, shape, or form. But even I know that she would have to respond in kind. I would say, which is probably the kindest thing I'd honestly expect her to do, because that's fucking just. I hate this man. I hate Andrew Ditch. I feel like that's kind of a given at this point, but this is just straight up abuse. Unfortunately for Andrew, he's doing it. This is himself. This is exposing himself abusing his family, and not the other way around. And I hope Andrew is happy with himself with this, because he's the only one who could be.
He's laying in bed all day.
So do you. So be quiet, please.
I lay...
you don't do much of either or anything either.
The past 2 days I was taking it easy for my emotional well-being, Dad.
It's really insane to hear Andy compare his mom to his grandma because she sits around and does nothing all day, while Andy actively sits around and does nothing all day besides poop and diapers. I mean, it's such an insane statement to make. Without a doubt, the worst thing Andrew has done to his family is poisoning them by putting laxatives and Epsom salt in their food and the water reservoir of the household's coffee maker. He would do this for 6 months, causing his entire family to feel ill before eventually being caught and arrested.
A man from the city of Tonawanda faces 3 felony charges accused of spiking the food of several of his family members. Police say 34-year-old Andrew Ditch put Epsom salts and laxatives in the food and the water reservoir of the family's coffee machine. Now, the family members knew something was wrong when they all started to suffer from nausea, abdominal pain, and severe diarrhea. Ditch was arraigned and is being held on $5,000 bail. He will return to court tomorrow for a felony hearing.
Last year, me and his brother, and even my wife, got sick constantly, running the job, diarrhea, even crap in our pants. No way to describe it. And we got frustrated. And he made a comment to one of his friends on the internet that he put laxative and Epsom salt in our food, our coffee and drinks, and you better really get close and run to the toilet. And I was wondering why my stomach was hurting so bad. Like I told my wife the one day, I wanted to go to the hospital, but I didn't, because I was just doubled up pain. And the strange thing is that since he's been gone, even though he doesn't like to hear it, we no longer have the problem, none of us. And it was going on for at least 6 months on and off here and there.
And to my disbelief, the family ended up dropping the charges and allowing Andy to move back home. Why they decided to do that.
Well, I'm sorry, but you know what? That's their fault, and that's bizarrely enough not Andrew's fault. But I wouldn't let Andrew get away with it. Fuck him.
This and allow him back into their home after literally trying to poison and kill them is really beyond me. At this point, you definitely have thought at least once, why don't they just put Andrew in a mental health facility or a group home? And the answer is they have, numerous times. If it isn't an obvious fact by now, Andrew does not do well with authority figures. One time, Andy was put in a facility and he claimed he was being held against his will. Eventually, he ended up spitting on a nurse right in front of a police officer.
I'd like to know your name. My patient rights.
Okay.
Can I please leave?
Sir, no. The doctor
Why?
said no. The doctor said no.
I want to leave.
Hey, man, come on.
I want to leave. Can I please leave?
No.
I have a right.
Watch out. That's how you're going to be.
I'm asking to leave. I have a right to leave.
Before you leave after that crap.
I'm sorry, but you can't hold me against my will. I'm asking to leave.
Sorry,
and I'm glad to be arrested. I don't want to be in a hospital. I don't want to be in a hospital. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but I have a right to leave. I have a right to leave. I have a right to leave. Why? 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 I have a right to leave. You can't just leave, hold me against my will unless you have a court order or put me on a mental hold. And something you can't have criteria to hold me on a mental health hold. There's no self-harm or harm to others. I want to leave.
You just spat on somebody.
And this kind of thing happens every single time Andrew is placed in a group home or mental health facility. At this point, Andy has practically exhausted all of the help he can receive. There are not many places left that he can try and turn to for care anymore because most facilities are now more than aware of Andy and his bullshit. Despite claiming nobody will help him and everybody abuses him, here's a list of places and the countless amount of hours Andy has wasted contacting them for help. 1,000 hours for securing medical records and preparing for the OTDA fair hearing. Over 1,500 hours of crisis management. Over 200 hours of listening to consumer recordings. Over 2,000 emails reviewed and responded to. Over 200 hours of medical advocacy. 10 hours of advocacy with law enforcement. Submitted 5 updates to the Office of People with Developmental Disabilities to assist determining his eligibility. All of that and so many more things he applied for help. It's truly disgusting to think about the amount of time medical professionals have wasted speaking to Andy when they could have been talking to legit patients with actual problems. Andrew Ditch is a disgusting and deplorable individual. It is infuriating how he acts, treats his family, and makes a mockery of the medical system. This has been the story of Andrew Ditch. If you made it to this point, I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to watch my video. And a massive shout out to all of my channel members and Goated members.
Well, that was just about one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever had to witness because... Jesus Christ. Christ Almighty. Christy, Christy, Christ. Oh my God. Oh, God. You know what? I think there's only one thing I think that could have made... I mean, what exactly are we waiting for right now? For Andy to kill somebody and blame it on his family member? Because I can't... You know what? I'm done. I'm going to bed. I can't believe it. It's a good thing, you know. It's on times like these where I feel like I could literally watch Evil Among Us and probably feel a little bit better about myself. I need to do so. I need to like have a good think before the other things and stuff like that. Anyway, I hope all of you guys enjoyed that, and well, I hope you learned something from it, I suppose, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys again in the next video. Take care, and bye for now. And like I said again, I'm putting this out there. I did a video immediately before this one saying that, you know what, if this whole thing about Andrew faking his autism is true, then I think he's disgusting. But he's almost worse than Chris Chan. But you know, at least Chris Chan is openly admitting to his autism, and it's painfully clear that it's obviously not an act. And with that being said, take care and bye for now.